We all know the basics of locking our digital front door, right? We've got our strong passwords, we're super careful about those weird-looking emails, but what if I told you there's another way in? A secret entrance, one that someone else built that completely bypasses all of your defenses. Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain on one of the sneakiest threats out there, the computer backdoor. So let's just ask it straight up. Right now, as you're listening to this, could there be a secret, unlocked door on your computer, one that gives a complete stranger a key to your entire digital life? It's a pretty chilling thought, isn't it? But, understanding this threat is absolutely the first step to making sure your world is secure.
All right, so if we're going to protect our digital kingdom, we've got to understand the enemy. Let's break it down. What exactly is a computer backdoor? And really, what makes it so incredibly dangerous?
I mean, at its core, the name really says it all, doesn't it? It's literally a secret passage. It's a method that's been deliberately created to just walk right past all the normal security you've set up. We're talking your passwords, your firewalls, everything. It's a direct, hidden highway straight into your system for someone who has absolutely no business being there.
And let's be clear, the purpose here is always malicious. An attacker isn't just trying to take a little peek inside, no. They want total, secret, absolute control. And with that control, they can steal your data, they can spy on everything you do, and, this is the really scary part, they can maintain that hidden access for months, maybe even years, all without you ever having a clue. So that's the big question, right? If these things are so sneaky, how in the world do they get onto our computers in the first place? Because they don't just appear out of thin air. Okay, let's dive in and look at the most common ways an attacker can slip one of these right under your nose.
Well, pretty much all of these entry points are masters of disguise. They're almost always dressed up as something harmless. It could be hiding inside that free piece of software you just had to have, or maybe it's attached to an email that looks totally legit. It could even be lurking on a website you visit all the time that's been compromised. You see the pattern here? The common thread is that they prey on a moment of weakness, either a little crack in your software's armor or that one split second where you get tricked into opening the door for them.
Now, you probably noticed Trojan horse right there at the top of the list. It's a term we've all heard, right? But this is where things get a little confusing for a lot of people, and it's super important to clear this up. While Trojans and backdoors are partners in crime, they are absolutely not the same thing. Okay, think of it like this. The Trojan horse? That's the delivery truck. It's the malware you accidentally let in because, hey, it looked like something you wanted or needed. But the backdoor, that's the secret malicious package that the truck drops off. So the Trojan's job is to get past the gates. The backdoor is the real prize. It's what gives the attacker that permanent, hidden key to your kingdom. So the package has been delivered. The backdoor is on your system. Now what? How does this thing actually work? What's going on behind the scenes when a hacker decides it's time to use that secret entrance? It's actually a pretty simple but totally devastating four-step process. First, it's installed. Then, the backdoor program wakes up and quietly opens a digital tunnel. Think of it like a hidden communication line, a port, that leads out to the internet. From there, the hacker can connect to that secret channel from literally anywhere in the world, and you'd never know. And from that moment on, they're in control. They can type commands, rummage through your files, even watch your screen in real time, just as if they were sitting in the chair right next to you. And here's what makes them so brutally effective. These things are built for stealth. They're designed to be incredibly hard for your typical antivirus to even notice. They just waltz right past all your security. And they're persistent. What does that mean? It means a simple reboot of your computer isn't going to do a thing to get rid of it. Nope. These things are built to play the long game.
Okay, I know this all sounds a bit technical, but the consequences? Well, they're about as personal as it gets. So let's talk about what's really at stake if one of these things gets onto your system.
Yeah, just let that sink in for a second. We're not talking about someone just stealing a file here and there. This is about somebody else holding the master keys to your entire digital life. They can do anything you can do on your own computer, and honestly, a whole lot of stuff you probably can't.
And of course, that level of control leads to some pretty devastating outcomes. We're talking about the theft of your bank details, your passwords, your private messages. Your computer could even be turned into what they call a zombie to attack other people online. Or they could use that access to install even more nasty stuff, like ransomware. It's just a complete and total violation of your privacy and your security.
Okay. That was a lot of doom and gloom, I know. But here's the good news. You are not powerless here, not by a long shot. There are real, concrete, effective steps you can take to bolt these backdoors shut long before any intruder even thinks about knocking.
So, the best strategy? It's all about building layers of defense. Look, there's no single magic bullet here. It's about combining good tools with good habits. So what does that look like? Well, you got to keep your software patched to close up any known holes. You need to be super skeptical of random downloads and suspicious emails. Use a firewall. It's like a digital gatekeeper for your computer, blocking shady connections. And please, lock down your accounts with strong, unique passwords and multi-factor authentication. You know, that thing that sends a code to your phone? Every single layer you add makes it that much harder for a Trojan to successfully make its delivery.
And, that really sums up the whole philosophy of cybersecurity today. It's not a set it and forget it kind of deal. It's a constant practice. You have to be proactive, you have to stay updated, and you have to stay vigilant. That's really the only way to keep your digital home safe from any uninvited guests trying to sneak in through the back.
So, let's end with this question. You've locked your front door, you've got that strong password, you're careful about who you let in. But what about the back door? Take a second and really think about it. Are you doing everything you can to make sure every single entrance is bolted